How are you today, Chris?
I'm doing good.
You are in Canyon City on
Yep.
your back patio,
Yeah.
and I can tell from reflection in your window that you are staring at Pikes Peak, or at least some of those mountains
Oh
right
my
now.
gosh. Yeah, I guess you can see that out of the reflection. Yep.
What's our connection to you, and what do you do? What does God have you doing in life?
Sure, sure. So I'm a physician here in Canyon City, connected with you guys through the Vineyard Church about 13 years ago, maybe. I can't remember. When you
Sounds good.
pastoring there
So
and
you're also my urologist, and so we know each other in very special ways.
yeah.
So. Well,
Well,
mainly you know me in a very special way. I don't know you that well, but you have an interest in biblical archaeology, or was that just a passing interest sometime in way long ago?
I mean, I think it was definitely something that fascinated me as, I kind of grew and studied and learned more. I kind of wanted to know kind of more of the deeper details. I don't know if it's blossomed, any more than that, looking at the science behind things and whatnot.
How would you describe your calling? How God has worked through you and Jen in the area where you live, through your practice, through the church. I know it's hard to talk about yourself because one of the things about the Harrigans is a lot of humility. So I apologize that I'm asking you to talk about yourself.
No, that is okay. It's a little bit uncomfortable. That's good. It's good. God called us here to Canyon City in 1999 as I finished my residency. And it was a very much a clear, this is where I want you. Because honestly, when we started this process, this is not where we thought we would end up, where we would be. And then when we came on an interview and visited here, God did something individually in both of our hearts where he just said, this is where I want you. And so it was just a very clear message that this is where he wants us. And I think it's been, kind of a process, obviously over the last 25 years of kind of growing into what God is calling us to do. And
Mm-hmm.
he's blessed me through my practice. And in that way, I've been able to, offer those blessings to other people. I love praying for my people, my patients, and my practice. He God's just kind of opened up some things with what we do in our house. We kind of joke about this, but it's our house ministry started through our boys. We joke that a lot of people, their boys bring home stray animals, but our boys would bring home people. So it started with just young adults that they knew that were struggling in life, didn't have a place to stay, or were kicked out of their house or whatever. And yeah, so we ended up kind of opening our house to some of these young men, just to kind of give them kind of a footing or a foundation, to kind of go off into the world. And it's just kind of exploded from there. I think Jen and I have looked. I think we've had almost 45 to 50 people that have lived in our house over the last like 10 years. So,
Yeah, a couple of them I know real well. So,
yeah.
um, dear friends that we've shared over the years who happen to have lived in your house for a while, not just young people, some older people too that have had
Yeah.
different challenges and experiences. And
Yeah.
yeah, not many people are willing to open their house to others, and it's cool that you've done that.
And I'll have to be
And
honest, that was a real struggle for me because I'm very much a kind of a private person. I like my space and my quiet space and my personal time. And that was really something God had to kind of work in me and through me over the years. So it was not easy. It was definitely a work.
yeah, I believe it. It would be hard. The things that we've done have felt like a major personal sacrifice. It's funny in the early church, like in the writings right after the New Testament, the people that were discipled by the 12, some of their writings place hospitality as such a primary thing in working out the kingdom of God.
Hmm.
Peter talks about hospitality in I think in his first letter, but I don't know if you've ever read or heard of the Didache, kind of an early discipleship manual. But it spends chapters talking about how to do hospitality. You'll probably read it and say, "Man, I wish I had read that 10 years ago." Or maybe you'll be like, "Yeah, I agree with that," type of a thing. Um, I remember we were getting ready to plant the church. Of course, we were worried about the finances, and you came up today and said, God won't leave me alone. We're supposed to help you guys get started."
I'm not sure if I can share specific details because I'm not sure I remember them, but I do know that, there's been several points where, I think God has just kind of impressed on us that, we need to do this. We need to help, this person. I think it's just being obedient to that pressing of the Spirit, or that calling. It was just kind of a heartfelt notion that both Jen and I had that we need to do this. And, we have the ability to, and we need to. So
yeah, it's rare that you find people that work as hard as you guys do, and yet are as generous as you are. It seems like most people who work really hard to build a practice or a business or whatever, they're like, hands off, this is mine, we've sacrificed for this. And so it's pretty beautiful.
Are you ready, Boots? Start walking.